Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, April 27th at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time by Zeno Reader. There are 666 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Intolerable, teen seen in photo reenacting George Floyd death at NC High School. Idaho policeman mocks LeBron James tweet after police shooting, gets 3M TikTok views. Iranian vessels swarmed and harassed U.S. Coast Guard ships for hours in the Persian Gulf. AstraZeneca, U.S. to share up to 16 vaccine doses. Florida advances bill to limit voting by mail and use of drop boxes in latest bid to restrict election access. California man hospitalized with clot after J&J vaccination. Georgia park with giant Confederate carving proposes changes. Fox News corrects segments on Biden's non-existent plan to limit Americans' red meat consumption to 4 pounds per year. Stare at red light leads to shooting on North FWI. California loses House seat for the first time ever. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Musk says Tesla sold Bitcoin to prove liquidity as cash alternative, Yahoo Finance. Washington Post fact-checkers, Biden made 67 false and misleading claims in his first 100 days in office, Fox News. Kansas City journalist dies after being struck by bullet in her home, NBC News. Dow Jones futures, tech stocks jump ahead of Fed meeting, Tesla slides despite earnings beat, Investors Business Daily. CDC could make big changes to mask guidelines in outdoor spaces, Como News. Asian shares wobble ahead of Fed outcome and earnings by Reuters, investing.com. This interstellar probe would go deeper into space than anything before it, Gizmodo. Piers Morgan slams Oscars telecast as a howlingly dull train wreck amid new ratings low, Fox News. Chadwick Boseman NFT sparks controversy, gets redesigned following late actor's Oscars loss, Deadline. iOS 14.5 app tracking transparency toggle mysteriously grayed out for some users 9 to 5 Mac. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Tucker Carlson tells viewers to call police if they see kids wearing masks outside. Republican-hired Arizona recount company wants to keep process secret. Colorado cop accused of intentionally hurting elderly woman, ready for the pop. How many false claims did Biden make in his first 100 days compared to Trump? Capitol riot suspect who defied judge's mask order eats crow with apology. Florida Senate passes bill restricting voting rights. GOP group is rating members' response to Trump's attempts to overturn democracy. Andrew Brown Jr.'s family says police executed him. Lawyers say man who stormed Nancy Pelosi's office used nicer version of sexist slur. California Governor Gavin Newsom recall effort qualifies for ballot. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Song about missing loved one helps kids in grief. River tested after dog dies. No one injured after vehicle crashes into classroom. 3 charged after missing person investigation. Man charged in stabbing death of Good Samaritan. Happy dog, angry family as pizza is left on car. Off-duty officer injured in car crash W convoy. Woman faces felony charges for not returning VHS. A pinball machine from 1930s made its way back to where it was made. High school student stabbed in altercation. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Daniel Kaminsky, internet security savior, dies at 42. India continues shattering virus records as world pledges aid. DC Police Department data is leaked in a cyber attack. The EU may reopen to vaccinated American tourists. Here's what to know. Paul Osher, blues musician in Muddy Waters' band, dies at 74. Inside Anthony Hopkins' unexpected win at the Oscars. To be tracked or not, Apple is now giving us the choice. Biden's climate plan won't outlaw meat. New York loses House seat after coming up 89 people short on census. Campaign to recall Governor Gavin Newsom qualifies for California ballot. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Greg Gutfeld, media ignores good policing while highlighting the bad. North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Robinson slams anti-cop activists in Elizabeth City, pump your brakes and slow down. Tucker Carlson, we should start asking people to stop wearing masks outside, it makes us uncomfortable. Hive updates, NC protesters march on County Attorney R. Michael Cox's home following Andrew Brown Jr. killing. Epicurious stops publication of beef recipes. Arnold Schwarzenegger weighs in on the California recall. This day in history, April 27th. Carrie Ann Inable to take leave of absence from the talk to focus on well-being. NBC News boss revealed as board member of Walmart, Pepsi, vows to recuse himself from related news stories. In Graham, the left's war on policing makes America less safe. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, April 27th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Stimulus check update, will there be a fourth relief payment? CDC to reportedly relax outdoor mask guidance Tuesday. COVID-19, UCSF reports first U.S. case of male recipient developing blood clot after Johnson & Johnson vaccination. Preventing, treating virtual voice fatigue as remote work continues amid COVID-19 pandemic. Bull celebrates episode 100 with an all-new trial tonight on CBS. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, The Daily Mail. Ashley Kane's girlfriend Stacey Iovara pens heartfelt tribute to daughter Azalea. Ghislaine Maxwell sleeps with a prison issue sock over her head. Home cook shares her mother-in-law's secret recipe for the most epic roast potatoes. The next 2 weeks are going to be hell, doctor in India warns. Pink supermoon is set to dazzle the night sky, making our lunar satellite appear 30% brighter. Last grilling from master interrogator John Humphreys, who took no prisoners. Moment: a woman finds huge spider crawling up the side of door in her house. Lex Greensel's appointment was a glaring conflict of interest, Whitehall official admits. Ben Parkinson tells of his Olympic triumph, and one final battle with Maud penny pinchers. 20 retired French generals call for military rule in the country. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Israel is committing the crime of apartheid, new report says. COVID-19 hive updates, situation in India beyond heartbreaking, WHO chief says. The U.S. sees a historical genocide, Turkey sees a political vendetta. Biden pledges to help India amid worsening crisis, U.S. to share 60 million vaccine doses with the world. Thai Prime Minister fined $190 for not wearing mask in COVID-19 meeting. Krista Ludwig, reigning mezzo-soprano of the opera stage, dies at 93. Russian court suspends Navalny's political headquarters while it considers banning his organizations. French vineyards devastated by April frost that followed unusually warm March. Ursula von der Leyen, one of the most powerful women in Europe, says she still faces sexism. Clouseau's historic Oscar win appears largely censored in China. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. April's pink supermoon across the world, in pictures. Israel is committing the crime of apartheid, rights watchdog says. COVID vaccination persuasion teams reap rewards in Turkey. India's COVID disaster, a crisis for the world, podcast. Poignant video shows crew of sunken Indonesia submarine singing farewell song. Andrew Brown shooting, Ankara's family shown only snippet of police footage. U.S. Homeland Security review to address threat of extremism within agency. California effort to recall Gavin Newsom gets signatures needed to trigger vote. CNN urged to fire Rick Santorum after racist comments on Native Americans. Tesla reports record quarterly profit as electric car sales boom. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Court to hear appeal of Dallas officer who killed neighbor. DHS Secretary Mayorkas launches internal domestic violent extremism review. Effort to recall California governor has enough signatures to trigger election. Homeland Security launches review of extremism within agency. Trevor Lawrence adding cryptocurrency to his playbook. Texas Capitol staffer alleges being drugged by lobbyist. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Tesla, Bitcoin sales, environmental credits boost profits. U.S. police mock dementia sufferer in torture arrest. Gavin Newsom, California's governor faces recall election. 5 things to know about Apple's iOS update. Nigeria, the community that trades by barter instead of money. France-Algeria relations, the lingering fallout from nuclear tests in the Sahara. Afghan interpreters rejected for resettlement face death after UK exit. Electric cars, what will happen to all the dead batteries? India COVID, the messages deciding between life and death. COVID-19 in India, visual guide to the crisis. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Posthumous pardon request submitted for George Floyd arrest by ex-Houston police officer in 2004. Today in history for April 27th. Nomadland wins big at the Oscars. Ready for the pop, Colorado police officer joked about excessive force used in arrest of elderly woman, video shows. In California, foes of Governor Gavin Newsom have enough signatures to force recall vote. Census shows California losing seat in U.S. Congress. Andrew Brown Jr.'s family says police executed him, then only show the 20-second video clip from body cam. California Governor Gavin Newsom to face recall vote as petition drive hit signature goal. U.S. to ship AstraZeneca vaccines elsewhere in the world, first known case of male developing clot after J&J shot, live COVID-19 updates. Pop fans, Biden kids, grandkids part of WH scene. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. California has opened hundreds of investigations into unemployment fraud involving prisoners. J. John Bruno, former LA Episcopal bishop and crusader for the marginalized, dies. Column, in California governor recall, Latinos have a chance to cause political decimator. The exact date of the Newsom recall election is still unclear, here's why. The recall circus is back in California. Here's how it will probably play out for Newsom. Governor Gavin Newsom to face recall election as Republican-led effort hits signature goal. Lawmakers give California businesses tax break on forgiven PPP loans to boost COVID-19 recovery. Man donned body armor was killed by Los Angeles Police Department. It wasn't the first time he was shot by police. Less than half of expected LA pupils returned in first week, then numbers improved. Stunning DDT dump site off LA coast much bigger than scientists expected. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, April 27, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Grave abuses. Human Rights Watch accuses Israel of apartheid. Boris Johnson denies saying he'd rather see bodies pile high in their thousands than impose third lockdown. Police in Italy arrest dozens of members of Nigerian secret society charged with human trafficking. Austria, anti-Semitic crimes hit record high in 2020. The Jewish community of Vienna has found that right-wing ideology played a significant role behind Austria's anti-Semitic attacks. Taiwan security officials propose ban on Chinese flag. Russia's extermination of Alexei Navalny's opposition group. 13,000 arrests and a terrorist designation. Spice Express airlifts 800 oxygen concentrators from Hong Kong to Delhi. Two arrested in Argentina for plotting to attack Jewish community on Shabbat. Nepal COVID infections surge, fueled by India's mutant strains. They chained me to a radiator and beat me, Armenian POWs speak out. Oldest evidence of human activity unearthed in African cave. Turkey announces full lockdown in bid to halt COVID surge. The U.S. Supreme Court agreed on Monday to decide whether the government can block a detainee at Guantanamo Bay from obtaining information from two former CIA contractors involved in torturing him on the ground that it would expose state secrets. Brazil Prime, one of world's biggest arms traffickers, recaptured. Boris Johnson risking national security and own safety with private phone. The next headlines are from Forbes. A new bill in Congress aims to help college athletes make money but may end up hurting them instead. WWE Raw results, winners, news and notes on April 26, 2021. Oil and gas industry caught in transition to renewables, an international view. The Denver Nuggets bench needs more Jobbler McGee minutes. Tucker Carlson compares kids wearing masks to child abuse and says it's your duty to report it. The Queen Angela tragedy, old subs are getting pushed to the limit. Census confirms New York, California, and Illinois to cede congressional influence to lower tax red states. Despite terrible ratings, 2021 Oscars claim one important victory. Lawsuit, Florida County uses predictive policing to arrest residents for petty code violations. Notre Dame punter Jay Bramblett inherits the family business. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Malaria vaccine shows promise, now come tougher trials. Structure of human mediator RNA polymerase II pre-initiation complex. Meat lovers worldwide pay climate little heed. On the trail of traveling RNA. Small molecule inhibition of METTL3 as a strategy against myeloid leukemia. Structures of mammalian RNA polymerase II pre-initiation complexes. Author correction, towards real-time photorealistic 3D holography with deep neural networks. Author correction, a 20-year retrospective review of global aquaculture. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,701,349,751 humans. Worldometers.info, says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Escape Room 2 Feet moves up release to July. Close AO's historic Oscar wins censored in China, but fans find workarounds. Lin-Manuel Miranda's animated musical movie Vivo moves to Netflix. Patrick Dempsey talks final appearance on Grey's Anatomy and singing for the first time in the Enchanted sequel exclusive. Apple eyes expansion in Culver City to 3,000 employees by 2026, part of $430 billion U.S. investment plan. Hasbro sells Ian's music business for $385 million. Michael Jackson's companies had no duty to protect boys, judge rules. Kyle Marvin joins Anne Hathaway, Jared Leto in Apple WeWork series We Crashed exclusive. Young Thug, Eric Church debut in album charts top 2 spots. Carrie Ann Inable to take leave of absence for On the Talk. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Tesla reports record earnings, with more than a bit of help from Bitcoin. Biden wants millionaires to foot the bill for big new social programs. Florida State Senate approves tighter rules on vote-by-mail and drop boxes. White House is preparing to give back California's smog-busting powers. Apple rolls out major new privacy protections for iPhones and iPads. How extremists weaponize irony to spread hate. U.S. will share 60 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccine with other countries. USDA moves to feed millions of children over the summer. Outpacing the U.S., hard-hit Navajo Nation has vaccinated more than half of adults. Department of Justice to investigate Louisville police in response to death of Breonna Taylor. The following headlines are from The Week. Hundreds of people named Josh gathered in Nebraska for the title of the Josh. Fox News' Tucker Carlson suggests viewers call the cops on parents with masked children. GOP state senator banned from Alaska Airlines after continued refusal to comply with mask requirements. Ohio Democratic Rep Tim Ryan launches Senate bid. California Governor Gavin Newsom to face recall election. Department of Justice opens investigation into Louisville police over death of Breonna Taylor. Attorney for family of black man killed in North Carolina police shooting says body camera footage shows an execution. New York lost a House seat by only 89 people in 2020 census count. The Daily Gossip, all the juiciest gossip from Oscar night. New York Times columnist discovers people can get stories featuring their houses removed from Facebook. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Mayoral candidate Lily Bea wants to make Plano great again. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, April 27th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Expect flooding from this week's supermoon, but NOAA lunar cycle masks effects of sea level rise. You can help map the emerging cicadas. Check out this week's asteroid impact exercise. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. EU set to let vaccinated U.S. travelers visit over summer, Commission President says. European Union concedes coronavirus travel rules could crumble. Which states are gaining House seats in 2022, and which are losing out? Chipmaker CEO says Washington's anti-China tech blockade is a bad idea. Russia orders suspension of Alexei Navalny's organization. U.S. to help Guatemala train its border protection force. McCarthy-Cheney divide deepens at GOP retreat. Redistricting kicks off ruthless year of house infighting. Opinion: the real reason the Times has quit using the term op-ed. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Direct flights from India paused until May 15th. Police arrest 2 men in Comancheras bikie investigation. Can Latrell Mitchell be the voice of change against racism in the NRL? Feds put Gabba's Olympic revamp on a sticky wicket. Gallery, the best photos from around the world. Justin Hamd to open first Melbourne venue in Flinders Lane. Expert urges major shake-up of Australian quarantine system for good of the nation. Hanging over the heads of communities, government under pressure to remove zombie licenses. New songs, new members, new gigs, the church's great reformation. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The moneyest, is my boyfriend of 13 years entitled to half my house? I bought it 12 years ago, and he never helped with the bills. Unionized workers have more job satisfaction but for a sobering reason. MarketWatch first take, Tesla turns a profit on Bitcoin sale, but its techno king and master of coin say it won't become a habit. Amid labor strife, Google opposes shareholder call for whistleblower policy review. Some new investors see a buying opportunity if Biden raises capital gains taxes on America's millionaires. People of color face multiple barriers to vaccine access, including skepticism of a system that has treated them poorly. 1 in 5 of these essential workers say they will definitely not get the COVID vaccine. The moneyest, my second husband, 86, and I have 12 kids between us. He wants me to leave him everything, and says he will pass on the inheritance to my 5 children. The moneyest, my sister's home is in foreclosure, so she's moving in with our parents. She posted on Facebook that she deserves their home. What should I do? The moneyest, I saved $1.10 and for retirement, earn $128K and have $22K in cash. Can I afford my dream car, an $80K Nissan GTR? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Chinese firms file more patent applications overseas, China.org.cn. After USPTO, INCU isn't done advocating for patent system, Law 360. Vote for a nurse to throw the first pitch at Red Sox Nurse Night 2021, nurse.org. Value investors, one pharma stock with huge potential and a margin of safety, the Motley Fool Canada. Oral argument in Minerva Surgical Incorporated v. Hologic, Incorporated, J.D. Supra. Intellectual property pledges for COVID-19, a scorecard, international IP and the public interest. A review of the different types of law, the National Law Review. Acute need to have organizational IP strategies, the Daily Star. Biden is going along with Trump's cutting of drug price controls, sludge. Godfather of the modern scooter Corradino Diaz-Canio, visor down. The next headlines are from Quartz. The Oscars failed its one job, to make viewers interested in the movies. Ray Dalio's new personality test gave me and my co-workers a shared identity crisis. India exported millions of vaccine doses during its own COVID emergency. Even the Oscars are sick of Zoom. Is business journalism a good career choice? One of the biggest challenges facing sub-Saharan Africa this year, in one chart. Apple's privacy update shows the massive power of small design changes. Historic Oscars, assistance for India, Argentinian Google. Joy that cannot be celebrated, the Chinese internet is lamenting the censorship of Zhao. Indians are disappointed with Biden's response to their COVID-19 crisis, and rightly so. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Ocean Spray seeks declaratory relief after soda company threatens it with confused trademark C&D. Louisiana drug warriors bungle surveillance so badly their target catches them placing a tracking device on her car. Patent troll Sable networks apparently need to learn a lesson. Cloudflare wants to destroy another troll. Florida governor signs law that punishes protesters for protesting, denies them bail. How do you debate Section 230 when one side constantly lies about it? Daily Deal, Vankyo Matrix Pad Z10. 5,000 T-Mobile employees lost their jobs post-merger while ex-CEO John Legere saw a $137 million golden parachute. Signal founder cracks Celebrite phone hacking device, finds it full of holes. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Gavin Newsom, John Kerry, Evan Peters, Lakers vs. Magic, Rose McGowan, Rick Santorum, Tesla earnings, Sean Lee, Beast Burger, Chernobyl. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. This never happened. John Kerry denies telling Iran FM of Israeli strikes on Syria after GOP demands he resign over leaked audio. Big changes to U.S. Marines, no tanks, fewer people, and many more drones. Visuel CEO gets doxxed and fired for harassing male prom-goer for wearing a dress in viral video. Campaign to recall California Governor Newsom racks up 1.6 million plus signatures, meeting threshold to appear on ballot. If you cannot beat them, join them. JP Morgan to create Bitcoin fund after caving to clients' crypto lusts. Lincoln Project Liz, Republicans guffaws anti-Trump Congresswoman Liz Cheney mulls possible run for president in 2024. Pakistan deploys troops to help civilian authorities cope with COVID-19 infections. Canadian city Hamilton opens up vaccine eligibility to people 18 and over in outbreak hotspots, as long as they aren't white. Half of Americans see Kamala Harris as unqualified for presidency, poll shows. Shocking U.S. Census results, New York was 89 people short of keeping Congress seat, California down for first time ever. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Will Canada be a bridge of cooperation or a platform for war in the 21st century? Company weaponizes soldiers' smartphone data to expose U.S. military secrets. Jailing of 4 doctors for illegal organ extraction in China casts spotlight on forced organ harvesting. Is Joe Rogan's Spotify exclusivity damaging his relevance? Declassified FISA opinion shows more FBI abuses. New Chinese decree forces religious leaders to actively support Communist Party. Aussie Defense Minister warns conflict over Taiwan cannot be discounted. Corn prices touch 8-year high as Albert Edwards worries about food inflation. Canadian city offers COVID shots to Black and other racialized populations. Biden stimulus checks wreck labor pool as people get paid to stay home. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. India receives first shipment of UK COVID medical aid, Hive News. US promises $310 made to Central America as it tackles migration. Fighting erupts in eastern Myanmar near Thai border. My heart is broken, families mourn lost Indonesian crew. More than 27,000 displaced in Colombia violence this year. U.S. Census gives Texas, Florida more seats in Congress. Tesla beats quarterly revenue expectations on robust demand. Activists drop all charges against Minneapolis protesters. Saudi king invites Qatar's ruler to visit Emir's office. U.S. sanctions Guatemala officials ahead of Harris meeting. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Poll, overwhelming majority support requiring ID to vote. Iraq, anti-corruption protests erupt after at least 82 killed in hospital intensive care unit fire. Report, Biden has Andrew Cuomo lead White House COVID calls with governors. MSNBC's Wallace, Trump revealed the Republicans stand for flagrant racism. State Department, suggests Kerry didn't share secrets with Iran's Zarif about Israel's operations in Syria. Democrats look to end police program handing criminal illegal aliens to ICE. CNN's Dr. Wynn, outdoor mask mandates should just go. Poll, majority of voters oppose reducing police funding. Rose McGowan, Democrats are in a deep cult. Sanctuary State Colorado, convicted illegal alien gang member arrested 5 years after release into U.S. The next headlines are from UPI News. Woman wins $125,000 lottery prize while pumping gas. Beavers chew through cable, knock out internet service to 900 customers. Students riding bus discover they came from same orphanage in China. Watch, Gronkowski catches football dropped from helicopter for world record. Watch, Florida deputy ejects trespassing alligator from backyard pool. Watch, hundreds of people named Josh battle with pool noodles in Nebraska. Watch, man balances garden hoe on his nose for 1 hour, 41 minutes. Police chase loose cow through Connecticut town. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Cooking hacks for your next time in the kitchen. 5 scary facts about cyber attacks. 4 signs you could be psychic. Is SEO still relevant for businesses this year? How to market your products for Amazon. How artificial intelligence is changing the gaming business. Why businesses should never ignore social media, especially Instagram. Reasons rebranding fails, and what we can learn from them. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. 230,000 acres of tropical rainforest protected as biodiversity hotspot for jaguars in Belize. Family builds giant dinosaur from takeout containers during hotel quarantine, naming it Bagasaurus. Irish farmer stumbles onto untouched ancient tomb of stone near Dingle. Chernobyl guards have befriended abandoned dogs, feeding them and bringing medical care. Monkeys unite and form unlikely alliances after Hurricane Maria ravaged their island. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, April 27th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Roblox politics role player fakes journalist credentials to sneak into White House press corps. Student Snapchat profanity leads to High Court speech case. Knife welding man attempted to kill MiHoYo founders after Bunny Girl event backlash. Man allegedly boasts about Capitol riot on dating app, is arrested. Man living alone on Italian island to leave after 32 years. Donald Trump's Buddha statue is trending on the Chinese online shopping platform Taobao. Japanese man arrested after dating more than 35 women at once to get birthday gifts. Woman finds the culprit putting old newspapers in her mailbox on weekends, involves a retiring police officer, a wrong suspect, a mysterious trail, and a stakeout. Turkmenistan dedicates holiday to enormous national dog breed. Japan scraps mascot promoting Fukushima wastewater dump. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Review, the Priority Current e-bike is my new benchmark for smoothness and power. Sony's working on an AI that can play games for you. Here's a better idea. This chart shows how Paris is cleaning up its transport. Oh no, Elon Musk is gonna host Saturday Night Live. U.S. Supreme Court to decide if schools can punish kids for social media posts. Spotify CEO cannot pay artists a penny per stream, wants to buy football club instead. Two new EVs score top marks in safety tests because of their headlights. Would an all-women VC panel level the pitching field for founders? We asked 3 experts. Learn hacking and pen testing to protect your site with this $24 training. Camera shootout, OnePlus 9 Pro versus Vivo X60 Pro Plus. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Fooling fusion fuel, how to discipline unruly plasma. Icy clouds could have kept early Mars warm enough for rivers and lakes. A new perspective on the genomes of archaic humans. 2 novel biobanks offer investigatory targets for cocaine and oxycodone addiction. Cleaner water through corn. Life science research result reporting set for boost under new system. Airports could generate enough solar energy to power a city. Sponges leave trails on the ocean floor. A new way of rapidly counting and identifying viruses. Microbes trap massive amounts of carbon. The next headlines are from Information Week. CIO role expands into company culture, customer experience. What you might not realize about your multi-cloud model. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, April 27th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA updates live coverage of agency SpaceX Crew 1 return to Earth. NASA, NSF join forces to bolster student diversity in engineering. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The Triple Team, the difference between how Jazz fans, coaches and players reacted to losses to the Timberwolves. DJ Vu all over again, as Utah Jazz see offense collapse against Wolves following a hot start. Almost 880,000 Utahns are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Granite School District announces new superintendent. Why Utah, the fastest growing state in the country, failed to win a 5th seat in Congress. Eric Peterson has worked college hoops magic with Craig Smith everywhere they've been. Utah is their latest project. Parents drop lawsuit against Park City School District after a new law ensures COVID-19 tests aren't required for in-person classes. Man shot to death in Salt Lake City. If a Bears Ears monument, larger or smaller, won't guarantee cultural sites aren't trashed, what will? Mantua mayor resigns after firing police chief. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Pentagon explains odd transfer of 175 million IP addresses to obscure company. U.S. population over last decade grew at its slowest rate since 1930s. Humble Bundle limits charity donations to 15%. Inventive grandson builds Telegram messaging machine for 96-year-old grandmother. Millions are skipping their second doses of COVID vaccines. Biden admin will share millions of AstraZeneca vaccine doses worldwide. Network security company Proofprint goes private in $12.3 billion deal. Lambda School reaches settlement with the FBI, agreeing to end deceptive educational financing practices. Lyft will sell self-driving car unit to a subsidiary of Toyota for $550 million. Police investigating arson after Pornhub CEO's mansion goes up in flames. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Vehicle vandal caught on camera smashing windows, scratching cars. Driver flees scene after striking Jefferson County skateboarder with vehicle. Ameren, Illinois warns spring storms can blow trees over, leading to outages. 1 man killed in double shooting in Vendeventer. Dan Easom serving as interim public safety director, former STL police chief believes city can reduce homicides. Parkway School District hosts student vaccination event Monday. Perron posts 3-point game, Blues beat Avalanche 4-1. Missouri House votes to limit police use of chokeholds. NFL Draft. St. Louis area players hope to have their names called this weekend. 5-year-old leukemia patient uses wish to help other kids in the hospital. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Sweetwater School District names new superintendent. Scientists, up to 25,000 barrels at DDT dump site in Pacific. Where in the state is the recall Newsom effort strongest? Single pill treatment for COVID-19 could be available this year. Tokyo Olympic organizers to unveil new rules including no quarantine period, daily testing for athletes. Vaccines, executive orders, economic recovery shape President Biden's first 100 days. UCSD plans to resume use of one-shot J&J COVID vaccine. Homeless man fatally shot by officer ID'd, bodycam footage to be released. Vista firefighter dies following bout with cancer. Mom dies of injuries from weekend shooting in Spring Valley. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Putin draw the red line on Ukraine, and he means it. Perspective tap on this new iPhone pop-up to protect your privacy. Putin was warned over Ukraine, says MI6 boss. iOS 14.5 arrives, here are the big new features for your iPhone. Police spy issued nasty threat to woman's family, inquiry told. Mass abuses hidden cameras record hundreds of naked clients at a Costa Blanca beauty salon in Spain, Olive Press News Spain. Go another round with these films featuring dudes, being dancers. 2022 Maserati Grecale spy photos show new SUV behind Stellantis gates. MI6 screens spying on China and other nations. Alaska's secret Cold War export, shellfish toxin for the Central Intelligence Agency, Alaska Public Media. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Pentagon achieves $3 billion air-to-air missile sales milestone. U.S. Air Force B-52 bombers support withdraw troops from Afghanistan. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Historic Oscars win for clothes. AO's Nomadland met with stifled cheers and media blackout in China. NFTs in the PRC, crypto art craze comes to China. Zhang Weili loses UFC title after first round knockout. Beijing slaps private tutoring companies with $80,000 maximum penalty. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, April 27, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. East Bay Water Utility says Stage 1 drought could be declared on Tuesday. Would you camp out overnight for a $1.20 in Bay Area townhouse? Recall effort to remove Windsor mayor underway. San Jose tests gunshot detection technology to fight crime. CDC may be easing its outdoor masking recommendations. SFO closes runway ahead of summer travel season. Field of the Light celebrates Paso Robles wine country with 17,000 bottle display. Murder charges filed against man accused of killing 7-month-old baby in San Francisco. Take a tour, home, garage where tech legends launched YouTube now for sale. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Asia stocks lower after Wall Street record ahead of Fed meeting. Timberwolves beat Jazz for third time this season, 105-104. Census figures cost Illinois a congressional seat. Naperville 203 to use COVID-19 relief funds for free summer school class, other relief efforts. Judson University sets memorial service for seniors killed last week. Blackhawks Shaw announces he's hanging up his skates. Former Fox River Grove Village president dies. DuPage leads suburban counties in vaccination rates. Illinois opioid deaths increased 32% in 2020. Fermilab welcomes bison calf. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington's gray wolf population grew in 2020, but species is not out of the woods yet. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 10 km, in near-end coast of New Guinea, PNG April 27, 2021, 2:12 UTC, about 3,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, April 27th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Our America, Asian Voices official trailer. COVID-19 virus swallowing people in India, crematoriums overwhelmed. Innocent 3-year-old girl hit by stray bullet during shooting in M. Harris Company, sheriff says. Eye contact at stoplight leads to man being shot on North FWI, HPD says. Kanye West's Nike Air Yeezy fetches record $1.8 million at private sale. Driver loses control and slams car into Southeast Houston apartment complex. Apple rolls out iPhone privacy feature, cracking down on apps that track users' activity. Houston Rockets John Wall expected to miss rest of season with grade 2 hamstring strain, sources say. Margaritaville Resort Lake Conroe looking to hire hundreds at job fair this week. Humidity goes up ahead of our next rainmaker. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Otani wins for Angels in two-way start like none since Ruth. Dickerson leads way as Marlins beat Burns, Brewers 8-0. What's in Biden's speech? Lawmakers race to add priorities. Power of Sage, Freeman rerun homer, Braves beat Cubs 8-7. Altuve helps Astros beat Mariners 5-2 after COVID-19 bout. Wheeler takes one hitter into ninth as Phillies deck Cards 2-1. Porter scores 31 points, Nuggets knock off Grizzlies 120-96. In fight against virus, Biden looks for path back to normal. What's behind the growth slump? Takeaways from census data. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Jail captain charged with criminally negligent homicide after allegedly standing by his detainee hanged himself. Extra, Zoom launches immersive view feature to bring everyone together. De Blasio promises a huge comeback for NYC with final executive budget. Each person matters, NY will lose a congressional seat after being short 89 people in 2020 census. Metropolitan Museum of Art evacuated over suspicious package on 5th Avenue. NY offices, outdoor stadiums can boost capacity starting next month. Over 50,000 more students return to NYC public school buildings to close out the year. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Parks Department investigating after thousands packed Tompkins Square Park for permitted hardcore concert. Supreme Court will take up challenge to NY's concealed carry gun laws. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Dr. Congo, relentless violence worsening plight of children in Ituri province. Make or break moment for forests. To effectively combat climate change, listen and act on ideas from the youth. US-China Cold War could lead to a more dangerous nuclear standoff. Disasters know no borders, says Guterres, 35 years on from Chernobyl nuclear accident. Addressing the impact of COVID-19 on infants and young children. New UN-led global immunization push aims to save more than 50 million lives. Deadly shipwreck off Venezuela underscores need for safe migration pathways, protection. World military spending rises to a hefty $2.0 trillion despite UN pleas for cutbacks. Prioritize people and planet, UN chief urges Asian and Pacific nations. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. FBI releases documents on probe into death of DNC staffer Seth Rich. Supreme Court takes up major case over right to carry guns outside the home. Make no mistake, programmable digital currencies are weaponizable. Israel examines heart inflammation cases after Pfizer shot. Proof that Twitter's censorship of big pharma critics is a global phenomenon. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Cop accused of hurting woman's arm, ready for the pop. U.S. marks slowest population growth since the Depression. Is this Patrick Stewart auditioning for Star Trek in a hairpiece? Did a woman face a felony charge over unreturned VHS rental tape 21 years ago? Did scientists confirm the Pfizer vaccine causes neurological damage? Will 2020 census count shift representation in U.S. House, Electoral College? Black man had hands on steering wheel when killed by deputies, attorneys say. PGA's Will Gordon, Bryce Garnett test positive for COVID-19. Was Michael Jackson absolved of molestation accusations in April 2021? Did Shrek contain an X-rated Easter egg? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. C-check and our commitment to transparency. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. More than 60 shots fired in attack that killed 3-year-old Elijah LaFrance. Miami private schools deranged rule, keep vaccinated teachers away from kids. Tucker Carlson tells Fox viewers to call the cops if they see kids wearing masks outdoors. Seth Meyers exposes sweaty, bloated Donald Trump Jr.'s meat lies. Justice for Wolfwalkers, the masterpiece that should have won Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. Trumpy billionaire Peter Thiel is behind the next psychedelics IPO. Secret court reveals, FBI hunted for domestic terrorists without a warrant. Lawyers say body cam footage shows North Carolina authorities execute Andrew Brown Jr. Fox News corrects false claim that Biden is coming for your burgers. CNN's Rick Santorum dismisses Native American culture, there was nothing here before U.S. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Governors rip Biden's absence from weekly COVID calls. Julius Randle suffers clunker amid incredible month for Knicks. Matt Harvey stunningly became the Dark Knight again. David Garcia sent back down after uneven Yankees audition. Woman dead, 2 others hospitalized, after plastic surgery at Mexico clinic. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Ask Astro I, what is the shape of the Milky Way's dark matter? Reliving the 2020 total solar eclipse. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Saturday splashdown planned for Crew Dragon astronauts. U.S. COVID vaccine demand slips as concerns mount over vaccine hesitancy. Jeff Bezos Blue Origin protests SpaceX moonlander contract. U.S. faces vaccine hesitancy as millions skipping second dose. U.S. pledges vaccine help while record COVID surge grips India. U.S. aims to share millions of AstraZeneca vaccine doses after review. COVID outbreak hits Pennsylvania school as kids fuel new cases. Climate tipping points may have been reached already, experts say. More Americans getting COVID-19 vaccine, but hesitancies remain. A full pink supermoon will illuminate the night sky tonight. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. More than 50 dogs die in Kentucky kennel fire while owner is out buying dog food. New Orleans cops seek cosplaying Chewbacca who allegedly stabbed someone after altercation in French Quarter. Ring doorbell camera shows missing Houston mom the night before she disappeared. Spoiled, rotten, molded or uncooked, inmates sue Mississippi Department of Corrections over gross food. Man shot by Virginia cop is in critical condition, family says. Drug suspect wears Pinocchio t-shirt in booking photo. Bowler rolls perfect 300 game with ball containing dead ashes. Teenage boy harassed by Tennessee CEO for wearing a dress to prom. New York State Fair slated to reopen amid easing of COVID restrictions for offices, gyms and stadiums. Tourists are driving U-Haul trucks in Hawaii as car rentals become more elusive and expensive. The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. spy satellite launches into space from California's Vandenberg AFB. Cryptic spec ops tweet was accidental search term, not a hack as originally claimed. Census, Texas gains seats in Congress while California loses for first time. Pentagon tracking 14 cases of heart inflammation in troops after COVID-19 shots. Marine Corps rotation to Australia continues amid COVID concerns. False alarm, Space Command says space junk never a threat to SpaceX crew. Fort Jackson won't act against suspended soldier until assault case plays out. The origins and consequences of China's wolf warrior diplomacy. Turks protest Biden's Armenian genocide decision, call for U.S. to leave Incirlik Air Base. Special Operations Command blames hacker for tweet about Islamic State, Afghanistan. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Person in custody after SWAT response during investigation of Jeslyn Adams killing. Teen killed in Bronzeville shooting Monday afternoon. NIC grant to help Northwestern spin-off produce 1 million COVID-19 tests per month. James Saratella, who defended Cardinal Bernardine against abuse allegation and helped craft policies to protect children, dies. McHenry County woman found guilty in revenge porn case following ruling by Illinois Supreme Court. Census figures show Illinois one of 3 states to see population drop in last decade, costing it 1 congressional seat and some clout in Washington. Census maps and charts, how does Illinois compare with other states that lost or gained U.S. House seats? Illinois COVID-19 vaccine tracker, 21,189 additional people fully vaccinated for a total of 3,790,976, 29.75% of the state's population including 68.14% of those over 65, 50,512 doses administered yesterday. Looks like piping plotters Monty and Rose have returned for their 3rd summer at Montrose Beach. Jim Rigg, who is stepping down as superintendent of Chicago's Catholic schools, tapped for similar job in Miami. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Probing deep space with Interstellar. More patrols, fewer boaters for SpaceX splashdown Wednesday. Researcher questions whether powered flight appeared on non-avian dinosaurs. Structural study gives insight into how plants keep their mouths shut. Forced village-level mapping of childhood undernutrition in India reveals local disparities. Human genome editing requires difficult conversations between science and society. Researchers re-evaluate estimate of the world's high-altitude population. Icy clouds could have kept early Mars warm enough for rivers and lakes, study finds. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, April 27th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Posey hits two-run homer, Giants pound Rockies early, win 12-0. Winners and losers from first release of 2020 census data. Cooling the temperature, Biden faces fractious Congress. Not real news, a look at what didn't happen this week. Report, pandemic gives rise to anti-Semitic Zoom bombing. Fresh off election falsehoods, Republicans serve up a whopper. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. San Jose Sharks fans make return to SAP Center, it's pretty surreal. SF Giants play their best game of 2021, blow out the lowly Rockies in 12-0 victory. Coronavirus ravaged India to receive help from California. Teen shot in East Oakland. Evan Longoriaki's early 9-run outburst for SF Giants leaves game in second inning. Ev owner say Fui to contest for free gas, roadshow. 2 men injured in attack at Mountain View nightclub. Gonzalez family, body-worn camera footage shows what we already knew about son's death in Alameda police custody. A's win nail-biter over Rays in Tampa, but not without some drama late. Italy opens again, hoping for an economic relaunch. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Report, pandemic gives rise to anti-Semitic Zoom bombing. Today in history. Babbitt ransomware gang hits Washington, D.C. police. Red tourism draws Chinese on centennial of Communist Party. VW Mexico sets production suspensions over chip shortages. Guard sends helicopter to Bethel over flooding concerns. Stephen Miller's America First Legal Foundation sues Biden administration for racial discrimination. U.S. to help Guatemala train its border protection force. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Contributions to swing district Democrats by AOC add obstacle for challengers. The fight to clean up the EPA. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, April 27th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Pandemic significantly increases insomnia in healthcare workers. Vertical turbines could be the future for wind farms. Texas Biomed shares critical work in development of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Can a newborn's brain discriminate speech sounds? Toward painless oral insulin administration. New rapid COVID-19 test the result of university-industry partnership. 6 factors that determine success when working from home. UBCO researcher re-evaluates estimate of the world's high-altitude population. Prototype for mobile devices could screen children at risk for autism spectrum disorder. Rare neurological condition linked to COVID-19 cases in 21 countries. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Teen boys, 13 and 14, critically hurt in South Chicago shooting. 2 critically hurt in Lawndale convenience store shooting. Zach Davis' early season struggles continue as Cubs fall to Braves. Police fire shots during SWAT incident in Gresham, no one injured. In must-win mode, Wolves go big to beat Heat. Dirt biker killed in Merrimack Event Run, police. Suspect in probe of 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams killing arrested on West Side. As Bulls Kobe White gains confidence, questions about next season increase. Apartments burglarized in Washington Park, police. Des Plaines police chief raises questions about accidental shooting that seriously injured a budding guitarist on Northwest Side. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, April 27, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Houston Health Department offers walk-up COVID-19 vaccines as pace of local shot slows. This could be a very complicated season for the Astros. Laptops and hotspots to the rescue, but how is HISD going to afford to keep this going? 1974, the year that movies, music, TV, and politics all came together. Heroes return, hurrah, the hero comes home. Vegas forecasts Texans as NFL's worst team for 2021. This week in Houston food events, there's a new hot chicken sandwich in town. The next headlines are about world records making news. Kid help teacher author smash a world record, the Northern Echo. Can Yeezy sneakers snag world record $1.8 million in private sale, Sotheby's, Reuters. Ruth Chepngevach's half-marathon world record race call was difficult to listen to, Runner's World. Emma McKee, Belfast 12-year-old sets new world 5 kilometers record for athlete of her age, BBC News. Evan Dunphy sets treadmill 10K race walk world record, Canadian Running Magazine. Powerlifter Blake Lehew, 82.5 kg, sets new world record total at 910 kilograms, raw W wraps, bar bend. Adventure news of the week, 100-miler world record, disabled ski descent, and more, Gear Junkie. The world responds to India's distress call, the New York Times. Hyperx and MSI set new DDR4 overclocking world record at 7,200 MHz, Business Wire. 2003 to 2004 exquisite LeBron James sells for $5.2 million, setting record, Beckett Media, LLC. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. This interstellar probe would go deeper into space than anything before it. The Oscars' egregious Chadwick Boseman NFT art is being redesigned. Read Facebook's internal report on how badly it screwed up stopping Stop the Steal. Tech companies won't be able to form local governments in Nevada after all. Roku is feuding with Google over YouTube TV's fate. Amazon's Paper Girl series has cast its Paper Girls. Update your Mac right now to avoid this massive security bug. Just give Captain America his wings, Hasbro, damn. Google's Nest Hub is making its way into your hotel room. How to block apps from tracking your activity in iOS 14.5. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Pigs Peak in Swaziland at 115.16 degrees Fahrenheit or 46.2 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 89.68 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 67.6 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Linux kernel team rejects University of Minnesota researcher's apology. Apple releases iOS 14.5, the biggest update since iOS 14 first launched. Pentagon explains odd transfer of 175 million IP addresses to obscure company. Bad infrastructure and not being mail among reasons people give up apps. New versions of macOS, watchOS, and tvOS hit supported devices today. It took Facebook 2 months to realize Stop the Steal might turn violent. Believe the hype, the Hyundai Veloster N is a darn good hot hatch. Africa's first Iron Age culture had a sweet tooth. Roku warns customers, Google may remove your access to YouTube TV, updated. No, this strange Twitter account isn't teasing a new Metal Gear Solid, updated. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Kevin McCarthy flunks GOP watchdog group's accountability project. Lack of trust in cop unions on full display in New York City. Laura Ingraham accuses CNN's bakery sellers of sporting an accent on TV. Mad Bow drills down on Capitol insurrection detail. I don't understand how this isn't the headline. Tucker Carlson slammed for going after masked-up kids. This is going to cause violence. Fox host urges viewers to call Child Protective Services on kids wearing masks. West Virginia offering $100 saving bonds for 16 to 35-year-olds who get COVID vaccines. Republican who voted against Capitol Police medals now rallying for cop who shot Ma'Khia Bryant. Feds focused on rooting out white supremacy at the Department of Homeland Security, report. GOP megadonors private school announces policy not to employ vaccinated teachers. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Here are the winners and losers of the 2020 census. Vaccine materials and supplies are finally heading to hard-hit India. Child Protective Services investigates half of all black children in California. This is our last best chance to deal with the global climate crisis. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Mars has right ingredients for present-day microbial life, Lab Manager magazine. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Efficacy of TDCS on migraine, a review and meta-analysis JPR, Dove Medical Press. Neuromorphic Computing Market Outlook and Opportunities in Grooming Regions, edition 2021 to 2026 leading players, IBM, Samsung Electronics, Intel Corporation, HRL Laboratories, The Courier. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, April 27, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, April 27, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.